Hey Gemini, this is your love reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's get into it. So I don't know if you are currently on break from a relationship or it's just coming into view, or in the near past it's just coming to view. I don't know if it was your idea or not. It's like your underlying cards say there's an acceptance that not everybody is going to agree or be happy for your successes. And there is like this uh, letting go of some sort of celebration, or it could be eloping as well. I don't know if there's something here about getting away, but like not telling anybody, or somebody not realizing that you were going away. Um, there's a lot about taking the time. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Wands. Those are both on the table again. So, all right. So let's just get into it. So right now, presently, you're at a pause. There's some pause in a relationship, but there's happiness. There's a pause in a family situation, a pause in a relationship dynamic, but somebody's happy. I'm thinking that it's you. The Sibila card we have is the Three of Clubs, the Wish card. So this is something that was wanted or desired by somebody. Maybe it wasn't initially desired by you, but there's something here about somebody seeing like that things are on the horizon for them. I don't know if you talked about it or not with the other person. Maybe there wasn't, somebody wasn't being fulfilled in like a physical sense, or there's something here about not agreeing on the physical terms of something. So there could have been a break, but the terms weren't agreed upon, or somebody wasn't, it was kind of being greedy in a situation with what they wanted things to be, the rules they wanted in the situation. But that pause has been actually a nice breather for you. That's what I'm thinking. What you're aware of, formalities, or not even formalities, but like things you're accustomed to with this, the way you've been handling or thinking about a situation, have actually been, it's almost like you've been feeding into a black hole. Like there's, everything you've been putting in has not been showing any kind of reward in the situation, in the relationship. There hasn't been any progress that you're thinking. There hasn't been any progress, and there's been a loss of magic in some sense. Like it doesn't feel like there's a connection to a higher power, or there's no rainbows and butterflies. I feel like you're getting really rational about, there's this yearning to fulfill or fill something that is not being currently fulfilled. What you're not aware of, there was love in a situation that wasn't able to get off the ground in a situation with the Ace of Wands in reverse. I feel like the passion fizzled out in something, even though there's still love there. But it's karmic in reverse, so the lesson's been learned in the situation. I think that you've been holding on to this relationship or situationship. But also, what you're not aware of is that there's some sort of hidden potential. Something has been growing underground that, in terms of love, that is not a karmic situation, that there's something that is going to sprout up soon that you're going to find. I think in the past that you decided to go your separate ways and think about the relationship. Maybe the break was to that you weren't able to meet an agreement with something, or you didn't feel like you agreed with something. I'm thinking it was you, because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and that's also the sign that rules you, right? So maybe in the past you didn't agree with the situation. Maybe you didn't want to take a break in a situation, but now you're getting something kind of nice out of it. You're actually getting something that you wanted, even though you didn't expect it. And in the near future, we have a surprise reveal. The Fool, which is like a new beginning, but it's also risky, and commitment in reverse. So freedom, rebelling, freedom. You're enjoying your freedom in the future. Maybe this person thought the grass was greener on the other side of the fence, and they kind of gave you some space, and you decided to take to the wind and like do your own thing. And you're really enjoying yourself. I don't know. But you might actually find that this freedom, this energy opens up potential for a new relationship that you don't really see that's coming on the horizon here. That's going to be much better for you. I think that if it does come in, that people are not going to be too thrilled about how you're handling your romantic life, and you can just tell them to go kick rocks. Because if somebody gave you, let out the leash, quote unquote, and you strayed away from the pack, then that's their problem. Somebody wasn't showing you like proof that they cared, or that there wasn't any tangible progress in a relationship, and or the planning wasn't, you weren't able to come together and plan things properly and make things happen in a strategic, kind of organized, future oriented way. Your advice. Yeah, this is a very free-spirited kind of energy coming in. And what you're being asked to do is not to overthink things, not to overplan things. It's almost like that inability to get on the same page with somebody else in a kind of organized, mercurial kind of way, as now you've almost adopted that as like this newfound way of expressing yourself. Which is working for you. It's saying that there's you don't want to have to defend yourself. You've been talking about timing and how long things have taken, and other people have been discussing like and gossiping about the situation. Maybe you felt like you had to, other people talking about how long something took in a relationship, or was taking, is like was disappointing you because you were looking and you were like, yeah, it has been. I have been waiting for this to manifest for quite some time, and something physical to come out of this situation, but all I'm getting is like less than like whatever I can grab, and I can't even grab all of it because I have no help in the process of taking everything with me or getting everybody's thoughts on board. And the inability to cooperate is leading you to defending your position in terms of what you're looking to grow in your life, and it's causing some gossip. some people might not be happy about it. Forbidden love in reverse. Other people might see this relationship as sort of taboo. I don't know if I'm reading that. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who typically is very nurturing. They are very domesticated. They handle their business at home and at work, and they're overall very balanced in their approach to growing their garden, and they know how to keep everything going without too much effort because they've learned how to. In reverse, she can be somebody who is physically demanding of other people, that is kind of a it's like cutthroat, like businesswoman. I see the Queen of Pentacles as somebody who, in reverse, as somebody who's like taken all of her feelings, her emotional side, out of what she is growing, and so she's like forcing things to go her way, dominating, very domineering kind of personality. And there's also this enemy card, and it's the Six of Clubs. I feel like it's, speaking of the Six of Clubs in reverse, like there's somebody here that isn't happy for you, that isn't cheering you on. Maybe you've met somebody new while on a break from a relationship because you couldn't come to terms or agree on something, and that has led other people to view you as somebody who is controlling and looking out for yourself, and maybe a little bit what's the word, somebody who is a heartbreaker. What you're hoping for? A drastic turn of events that lead you to happiness, where you can express yourself physically and emotionally in a balanced and child, youthful kind of way. Like you want to get your vitality back. You want to be able to be emotionally satisfied in a situation. You want some excitement in your life. Maybe this is like you going through your midlife crisis, or other people are viewing you as that. Or if you're not of that age bracket, maybe this is you just being a little bit rebellious, because I have this Fool here. My light went out. I'm sorry. I'm just going to leave it because you can barely see the cards with this kind of setup anyways. So, yeah, there's just something rebellious here. Like, if you're younger, it's like that rebellious teen, young adult kind of situation. And the sun is very youthful, right? And the blonde woman, I see her as kind of a youthful person. The fool is youthful. And there's a surprise kind of important revelation that's like the beginning of some news or beginning of some journey, or and not being committed to something. It's just being youthful, being fun. Maybe you're doing lighthearted dating instead of serious commitment, and other people are judging you because maybe somebody else was like kind of putting this serious relationship on you, and you were like, okay, well, show me that this is worth it, and they weren't doing that. And so you have decided to kind of go your own way and do what makes you feel good and what makes you happy and excited. Outcome. Somebody doesn't show you the evidence that they are making progress or changes or plans for the future. So there's a quiet going of ways, I think, in terms of getting this together. There's going to be no commitment in terms of marriage here. So somebody doesn't want to get married, and then you're like, well, I think that I will either go find somebody who wants the same things as me, who's got the same kind of belief system as me, that we can practically come together and make something else happen together, like creating another entity, or creating a household, creating a business, you want to see progress, you want physical tangible results in a relationship. Otherwise you rather just have fun, because there's no point in making everything all work and no play, and not seeing any results from anything. The consultant can be also somebody who is observing, witnessing, kind of saying their piece, or adding to the situation. So in terms of if you are planning on, if you've been in separation in a marriage, for example, this would be the person that's the mediator, the therapist. But there has been some sort of, I don't think that somebody realized, like, if they changed the dynamics of the relationship, that it wouldn't go the way that they wanted it to. And so now you seem to be doing much better, and they seem to be very dissatisfied with how things have turned out, because maybe the grass wasn't greener on the other side, and that they realized that unfortunately, that's a hard lesson to learn, is sometimes we only miss things when we don't have them anymore. Whatever, there was a hole, there was something missing in your life, you fill it with something that you wish for, and love kind of grows in a place that you didn't think anything would grow. And there's whatever you're thinking and dreaming about, you're like manifesting this shocking revelation into your life, this new journey, this experience. Other people are going to be talking about it and gossiping about it and thinking that they can put their 2 cents in. But I see that you are becoming more youthful and looking at the world in a different way, or finding your tribe, finding somebody who maybe is on the same page as you. Maybe you don't want to get married, and you don't want commitment in that type of way. You're going to find other people that feel the same way, or maybe you do want to get married, and you want to have a church wedding, a traditional kind of religious ceremony, and legal marriage. It's all going to be what your heart's desire is. I think you're finding out what your heart's desire is through this experience. So it was important that you went through it, and that somebody wasn't giving, or was being a bit physically, because we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. I just realized there's some kind of toxicity in a relationship. There once, the break has made you happy though, like, so you couldn't agree on something, and so you just decided to take a break, and that's what's changed everything in your whole world, like, which opened up some new doors for you, and shown you the potential of how life can be more exciting, and yeah, I'm actually liking this. You're accepting this. I think that you may find somebody that you're very, very interested in, or realize that this person wasn't the right person because you've met somebody who is more divinely perfected for you, or orchestrated for you, whatever. You know, some people say twin flame or soulmate or whatever. But I just see that this person that may be coming in after this period of getting to know yourself again is going to be somebody that you really jive with, that just works. All right. I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I'll talk to you soon.